Aloha everybody, it's Dr. Gupta here on Maui. Today we're going to talk about pH and pH of all these yummy beverages that we love to drink and how it affects our teeth. And guess what? We're on day 9 of breaking up with sugar. And I would love to hear more about how you're feeling by reducing sugar in your diet or eliminating added sugars in your diet. And I'm here today to answer your questions about all of these other beverages that we drink with alternative sugars or some zero sugar or added sugar. So what I want to do today with you is talk a little bit about pH and acidity and pH test together all of these beverages and see how acidic they are. And why does it matter that these drinks are acidic? Oh, hi Gina. Why does it matter that these drinks are acidic? So you've heard me talk a lot about hydroxyapatite, what your teeth are made of. Minerals called hydroxyapatite. That's the majority of your enamel, this outer layer of your teeth. And in the presence of acidic beverages, which means a pH under 7, and the lower it is, closer to 1, the more acidic it is. And that means there's this hydrogen ion attached that gets released and starts and aids in the dissolution of the enamel. So all you have to remember is that low pH equals more acidic. So low pH is more acidic and more hydrogen ions, which dissolves the enamel. But the main point here is acidic beverages are not very good for your teeth, right? And so why is that? A lot of these beverages, they add flavor to them with like citric acid and phosphoric acid, and it adds like a different flavor or a different tanginess or acts as a preservative, but these are not good for our teeth. And that's why we have to be cognizant of what we're drinking. And somebody asked me, well, I just love drinking Pellegrino water and carbonated water. And my answer to that is great. Just be cognizant and know what the pH is, because usually Pellegrinos, carbonated water, all of these beverages are acidic and they will contribute to dissolving your enamel. And what happens in these situations? So that hydrogen ion that I was talking about interacts with the hydroxyapatite on the surface of your enamel, right? Your outer enamel is really hard. It's a lot of hydroxyapatite crystals, that calcium and phosphate. And as that hydrogen ion diffuses through the biofilm, that sticky, gunky biofilm that gets stuck to your teeth, as it diffuses through that, it softens and dissolves the enamel. And that's what we call proton-promoted dissolution. And you don't need to remember that word. That's a big word. I get it. All you have to know is it dissolves your enamel. It takes away your enamel. And what happens is you lose your enamel. It gets more soft. It exposes those dentinal tubules in the dentin. That's the inside layer of the teeth. So you have the outside layer is the enamel. The inside is the dentin. And in the dentin, there's all these little tubes. And as that enamel dissolves, it's like peeling away that first onion layer, that sensitive, soft dentin layer is exposed, and that's what causes the sensitivity. The most erosion is around pH 2 to 4. That's when you get the most erosion from these drinks and foods. But at under about, I think it's pH 5.5, that's where the surface enamel can start to dissolve. So that's when you get just slight dissolution starting around the enamel. And as that hydroxyapatite is exposed to more and more acids, it becomes more soluble. And what does solubility mean? That means it's more susceptible to acid attack. It's getting dissolved. It's getting softer. And erosion, once we lose our enamel, that erosion is irreversible. We cannot get that enamel back. No matter what we do, we can try to remineralize it and regrow those enamel crystals that have started to dissolve. But if we lose the whole surface of that enamel, we can't get it back. I can make all kinds of dental products with tons of calcium, tons of phosphate. But once we lose thick layers of enamel, just generally across all of the teeth, it's irreversible. So that's why this is important. If it's like small little areas, yes, we can remineralize it. We can try to regrow those enamel crystals to the best of our ability using calcium, phosphate, minerals, hydroxyapatite. And what kind of drinks are we talking about that are acidic? Generally things like this. Zero drinks. I'm going to test all of these pHs and see. But these are things that we want to be careful of. And I have some more things here. These little drinks like this. I'm pretty sure that all of these are going to be under pH 7. Also, even though it says it's just iced tea, this has 37 grams of sugar in it. So we want to be very careful about how much sugar we're consuming. And if you want to consume that sugar, then great. Just be aware of what you're consuming is my point here today. So some examples of drinks that are very acidic or slight to severe acidity start with Pellegrino, sparkling water, Powerade, vitamin water, Gatorade, Sobe Life drinks, Ocean Spray, juices, sodas, Monster drinks, Rockstar drinks, iced tea, coffee, tea in general. So when we're consuming all these beverages that we like, just pay attention to how acidic they are. Maybe get some pH strips and test the acidity so you know how acidic they are. And on the pH scale, if it's more yellow or orange, that's more acidic. And if it's less, if it's more bluish, greenish, that's more alkaline, which is good. We want alkaline things. Every batch of toothpaste that I make, I test the alkalinity to make sure it's very alkaline and helps your teeth. So what we're gonna do today is start pH testing our drinks. So what do you want to start with? Somebody? Anybody? Coke Zero? Okay, let's start with that. So we're gonna try this. Whew. That's loud. Okay, here's our pH strip, all dry. Let it in here, you just need a second. And you can see it acts really fast. Super yellow orange. What does that mean? We go on our pH scale here. It means it's acidic. So it's pH 4.5 or less. So that's Coke Zero. Now let's try, what should we try next? Waterloo? Let's try that. Oh, okay, I'm not used to these carbonated drinks, as you can see. Okay, let's see. So I'm gonna get my little pH strip here. Here's my pH strip. I'm gonna dip it in here. See, what do we get? So ingredients are purified carbonated water and natural flavors. What do you see? Pretty similar to the soda, right? To the Coke. So it's still about pH 4.5 or less. So we're gonna set that down here. And my little trick of what I have for you guys is if you're going to use these acidic beverages, get a swipe. Aloha Toot Swipe. Swipe your teeth off, drink some water, clean off all of those acids. You have the minty flavors and the coconut flavors. So, okay, let's try Sprite. Oh, gotta open that. Okay, where are we at? I'm going to put that in here. And what do we know? Still pH 4.5 or less. Still very acidic. So we're gonna put that down here. And now let's go on to Spindrift. I'm sure a lot of you guys love Spindrift. A lot of my friends love this. What are the ingredients? No added sugars, awesome. Carbonated water and lime juice. Let's see. Stick it in here. Same, pH 4.5 or less. Very acidic. So be careful, even though these seem super natural and super clean, good for your body because it doesn't have added sugars, it's still very acidic for your teeth. So I'm gonna put that down and let's try Hawaiian Sun iced tea. Okay. Gonna dip this guy in. Here's our pH strip. All right. Let's see. This one is one I told you has a lot of sugar added. So the ingredients are water, sugar, instant tea, citric acid, ascorbic acid, vitamin C, natural flavors, and lemon juice. So as you can see, these are all very, very acidic. So all in the pH 4.5 or less scale. So this is very acidic, just like the Spindrift, just like the Coca-Cola, Pellegrino. Let's see. So what should we do next? We have the Chi Force sparkling water and Pepsi. Let's try pH testing those. So I'm gonna open this up. Okay. Let's see, get our pH strip. We're gonna dip it in. And same, super acidic. Okay, so still acidic. All of these beverages are about the same acidity, unfortunately. So I'm actually surprised about that. I thought some of them would be more than others, but they're all pretty acidic. And so let's try this one. So see how fizzy it is, all that carbonation. Okay, here we go. Still orange and yellow. What does that mean? Acidic. So what is our learning lesson here? Our learning lesson is that even though some things can appear healthy, they have great marketing for no added sugars, natural flavors, still it's not necessarily good for our teeth and not necessarily good for our body. And if you can take anything home from this lesson for today, is just know acids dissolve your teeth. Dissolved enamel leads to more sensitivity, the exposed dentinal tubule. So higher acidity is lower pH, which means more erosion of your enamel, which means more sensitive teeth over time. And increased sensitivity just causes more pain and damage to our enamel, and it's uncomfortable. And especially with our children, you know, I should do a segment on children's drinks because there's a lot of children's drinks out there that appear to be super healthy. But when you get down to the chemistry of what they're made of, they're really not healthy for our children or for us. And we have to be cognizant of what we're giving to our family, what we're giving to our kids, and make sure what we're giving to them is what's best for them. And I'm not saying throw away all of your acidic beverages in your home. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying know what's in everything you're consuming. Know how it affects your teeth. Know how it affects your body. And then make an educated decision. Is this something we have once a day, once a month, once a year, or maybe never? So make those decisions with an educated foundation of what the composition is of everything that you're consuming and giving to your children to consume. And please remember, use your swipes. Every time we're eating and drinking, it's so important to grab one of these. They're super easy. Drink some water. You can grab a little swipe. We have Minty Fresh and the Coconut Halpia. You can wrap it around your finger or you can just rub it on your teeth and just swipe off all of that acidity and all of that grime and bacteria and plaque and just keep your teeth really healthy and clean. I put these in my little one's school lunchbox. So after he eats his lunch at school, he knows to grab a swipe and just clean off his teeth. I keep them by his bed. I keep them in the car. I keep them in my purse. I keep them everywhere. And it has made such a big difference. And if nothing else, it's teaching him to get in the habit to think about cleaning his teeth, to think about what are the contents of what he's consuming, what he's drinking, what he's eating. And your children, you can teach your children this too, to think about what they're consuming and think about cleaning off all of these acidic and sugary treats that we're having. So I hope that helps. Just remember, take care of your enamel, protect your teeth. You only get 2 sets. So one set when you're born and another set as we get older. And as we get older, we're not getting any more teeth. So keep them clean, keep them sugar-free, keep them acidic-free as possible, and message me if you have any questions. Aloha!